Today, this is my first video. I'm deciding to make some YouTube channels. Yeah. So, today, I'm deciding to, in my closet, watch very scary videos on YouTube, whatever, while the lights are off. And let me show you when the lights are off. Scary. So, yeah. So, let's get into it. Just a heads up, this is my first ever video. I'm just trying to make it out, get money, trying to get a PC. Yeah, so, let's get into the video. Just one more thing, if you guys could comment any horror videos that I could watch at nighttime. Right now, it's currently 10:13 p.m. Well, it's not that late, but so if you guys have a horror video that I can watch that's not gore, just comment. Yeah, I'll watch it. So, let's go to the video. And let's turn off the lights. Ooh, before we get into the video. So, I actually saw like a horror video like a few days ago about somebody getting skinned in their closet. So, I know that won't happen to me, but I'm scared, so I brought my own camera. I got my own flashlight, so now I'm just gonna use the bathroom. Okay, enough wasting time. Let's get into the video. So right now, guys, we're on YouTube. Horror. Video scary. I'm try finding. Oh, I don't want to watch these. Creepypasta or. Dude, should I do this? Don't watch alone. Dude, I'm already scared. 5 top. Oh, okay. We have to do this.
I got into a car accident, and before I even talked to insurance...
Dude, I'm a kid in my closet. The closet's small. My mom's still home alone. I mean, come on, it's not that scary. So,
I'm gonna check how much similar accidents have paid out. I got into a car accident.
On January 8th, 2005, a man named Martin discovered a mysterious...
Before I watch it. If my flashlight runs out of battery, I swear to God, I'm leaving. I might have to do this late because I want to do it with my friend this time. Next time. Okay, let's go.
Package in his mailbox. Confused, he brought it inside and opened it up. Inside the package was a single item, a videotape with no label or note to explain its contents. Curious to see what was on it, he put it in his camcorder and pressed play. And the footage he found on it was shocking to say the least.
This is the last time that I'm cutting out. Please don't judge me. I'm just trying to get money from YouTube. I'm trying to I know I'm underage to get money, but I'm just trying to get fame until I turn 18. get a credit card, get money, start streaming. Yeah, I'm trying to get a PC. I don't have a PC, so let's continue.
It contained a nearly hour-long video of a man describing the violent things he was about to do, how he was going to lure his victims, and the makeshift devices he was going to use.
I'm not trained in torture methods, which is what I'm gonna have to make do. I got my drill here. The reason why it's got this padding on it is just to try to silence it a bit, because I'm in an apartment. I got gags, socks, I got lots of duct tape. I got a soldering iron, sheets. It's rather crude implements. I think can work wonders, especially if it's used in the right way.
However, while the content itself was extremely grim, what disturbed Martin more was the fact that he personally knew the person on screen. This wasn't the manifesto of a serial killer planning to take innocent lives. Instead, it was the final message of Martin's close friend, Ricky Rodriguez, a man who was tormented by a cult from the moment he was born. He eventually managed to escape the cult and was now planning to take revenge
My bad, sorry. Did he die?
on the people Rodriguez, a man who manifesto of a serial killer planning to take innocent lives. Instead, it was the final message of Martin's close friend, Ricky Rodriguez, a man who was tormented by a cult from the moment he was born. He eventually managed to escape the cult and was now planning to take revenge on the people who did unspeakable things to him for all those years. He recorded this hour-long video and mailed it to his few friends and family so they would find it and have all the answers about what he was about to do and why.
I am making this video, well, for many reasons, I guess. I suppose the main reason is that I want there to be some record of...
Sorry if I'm not reacting too much. Because I'm sorry, this is my first video. Trust me, next video that I make, no more like stops. Maybe like a few stops. But yeah, so okay, we're going to continue watching. Goddamn. And yeah, let's just continue.
the way I feel, my ideas, just who I was, really.
Ricky's story began 30 years earlier on January 25, 1975, when he was born as the first child of Karen Alva Zerby. Karen was a member of a cult called the Children of God, which used Christian language to lure in young, impressionable minds, often teenagers, and molded them to its sick and perverse ideals. 2 years after Ricky's birth, he was adopted by the cult's leader, David Burke, who presented himself as the Chosen One. David changed the cult's name to The Family and declared Ricky to be a religious herald, granting him a special position in the organization. However, while he was treated like royalty by the other members on the surface, behind closed doors, Ricky was the victim of vile acts no child should ever have to endure. David not only encouraged these acts, but went as far as to write a whole book about everything he and his followers did to Ricky, called...
So right now, I'm gonna just take a picture of this. Because I want to see, like, what happened to him. Like, did he get raped?
The story of DeVito. This abuse continued for many years, but as Ricky got older, he became aware of David's lies and manipulation. Then, in 1999, he finally managed to escape the cult with his girlfriend Alexia Manuel by faking a visit to the cult's compound in Mexico and fleeing to the US instead. Reintegration into society after 24 years in an isolated cult was anything but simple, but Ricky somehow managed to pull through and secure a job as an electrician. He also married Alexia and later moved to Tucson, Arizona due to his work. Unfortunately, no matter how hard he tried to move forward, the nightmare he escaped continued to haunt him. David had passed away in 1994, and the cult was now under the supervision of Karen Zerby, Ricky's mother. And while the cult had managed to escape legal repercussions by mainly operating overseas, Ricky knew that there were still countless children suffering the same fate as him. So, in January of 2005...
Which, I don't get it. Did he kill them? Or did David die and he didn't kill them?
If he decided enough was enough and took matters into his own hands. Which brings us back to the video he recorded and then mailed to a handful of close friends and his wife. In it, Ricky mentioned his ultimate goal, which was to bring down the cult all on his own. Beyond that, a part of this was also about getting revenge for everything that was done to him.
There's this need that I have. This need, it's not a want, it's a need, and I wish it wasn't, but it is. It's a need for revenge.
What the fuck was that? Dude. Something just fell, bro. My fan fell. I'm scared.
It's a need
I'll put it in this
for
video.
justice. Because I can't go on like this.
In this video, he also laid out his plan for accomplishing this goal. He'd apparently gotten in contact with his previous nanny, Angela Smith, who was among the group that tormented him during his time in the cult. He was going to invite her over for dinner at his apartment in Tucson and make her tell everything she knew about the other members' whereabouts by any means necessary. And that's exactly what he did. On January 8th, after mailing copies of his recording, he invited Angela into his home and proceeded with the plan. It's unclear what information he managed to extract from her before taking her life.
Why does she look like mustard or ketchup? What the fuck?
He then got into his car and drove to Blythe, California. There, he rented a motel and called his wife to tell her about what he had done and what he was going to do next. However, despite the meticulous planning, Ricky ultimately couldn't follow through with the rest of his plan. On the morning of January 9th, authorities found his car in a parking lot just a few miles from the hotel he was staying at. Ricky was found inside the car as well, where he had taken his own life. And while this was tragic news for his loved ones, it was hardly surprising for his wife. You see, Ricky believed that killing the cultists would bring him peace, something he reiterated in his last video.
I can imagine how I would feel. How liberating it would be.
But that's not what happened. During his call with his wife, he confessed that despite his anger and resentment, killing Angela was the hardest thing he had ever done. Taking revenge didn't bring the comfort he was looking for. He couldn't bring himself to take any more lives and decided to end it all that night, leaving his friends and family with this hour-long video to remember him by. As for the family cult, it remains active to this day under the leadership of his mother.
Damn, so the kids still get raped?
Can you guess what it is? It's the Book of Mormon. Tap the link for a free copy and missionaries from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints will hand deliver it to you, just like they
Top 5 songs we pretended to like, but we all hate. First, Crips and Tasco. Ooh.
for me. I hope it can help.
On October 4th, 2006, at approximately 6:15 a.m., the Barrie Police Department received a chilling call from a woman saying, "My children are dead," in a calm and quiet voice. The disconnect between her tone and the situation she was describing was extremely unsettling. When asked what happened, she replied, "I don't know, I don't remember." Police officers immediately rushed to the address she provided and knocked on the door of her apartment, bracing for what they might find. The door opened and they were greeted by 31-year-old Frances Elaine Campione. When the officers asked her about the children she mentioned on her call, she replied in the same disturbingly calm voice, stating, "Yes, they're dead. They're on my bed." As the officers entered the master bedroom, he saw the remains of 2 little girls, 3-year-old Serena and 19-month-old Sophia, lying on the bed. Both were dressed in clean clothes and were also wearing necklaces and earrings. However, their skin was starting to turn blue, suggesting they might have been deceased for quite some time. One of the officers also noticed a small bruise on Sophia's forehead, and that was it. There was nothing else in the room that could have explained their deaths. But as the investigators looked through Elaine's apartment, they found a camcorder with footage that explained everything. The recording started on a wholesome note, showing Elaine surprising.
Dude, I think I have that camera in like the Astro Bot game.
Investigators looked through Elaine's apartment. They found a camcorder with footage that explained everything. The recording started on a wholesome note, showing Elaine surprising Serena with a new bike on her 3rd birthday on August 8th.
Hi Serena, it's August 8th, 2006. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday Serena, happy birthday to you. Serena's 3 today. Yay! Shall we go to the living room and see if you got any birthday presents from the birthday fairies?
Yes!
Okay, let's go.
But so does that mean back then there was no Christmas Santa? There was birthday fairies.
I have to go.
This is 2006, right? I don't want to go check because I don't want to waste the guy's time.
A present!
What is it?
It's a bike!
The next video also showed Elaine and her 2 daughters just hanging around and having fun.
I love you.
There's a waffle?
That's much.
Waffle.
Oh, I love you more than that.
So far, everything looked quite normal. However, the third recording, dated October 2nd, was when things started to get weird. The tone of the recordings instantly changed as Elaine suddenly went on and on about their horrible living conditions and the torment her ex-husband Leo and his family had put her through, said all in front of her children.
You can't see through the camera, boo-boo. Oh, yes, this is a deplorable, horrible, messy, filthy apartment that's supposedly my
I genuinely don't know. Was this the same day that she killed her daughters and sons, or like different months, like last week, or?
children and I live in, and it's just a horrible, horrible mess. Yeah. I think Diego Campione is totally in the wrong, and I hope he burns in hell for all his sins. The same as Leonardo. All I wanted to do was take care of my 2 little girls and live happily ever after the 3 years of physical, emotional, and mental abuse that I endured tremendously by Leonardo Campione, and then the past year from Anna and Diego Campione, the mental and emotional abuse, which wouldn't stop, and I had CAS keep bringing these 2 people into my life over and over again when I kept telling them the amount of mental and emotional abuse it was causing my 3-year-old daughter Serena and I and Sophia. It was horrible and uncalled for, and I want justice to my family for what they have all done to us. I cried out for help. They should have.
Leo was apparently extremely abusive, both physically and mentally. He prevented her from contacting her parents and at one point even kicked her in her stomach while she was pregnant. This resulted in Leo getting charged with domestic violence and the 2 getting divorced. However, at the time of this recording, Leo was starting to turn things around and was engaged in a legal battle with Elaine over the custody of their daughters. This took an immense toll on Elaine's mental health. She was already quite unstable and had been to the psych ward twice in the past couple of years. But according to her mother, the custody battle caused her to—
One more thing, guys. I don't expect you guys to watch the video fully, but I don't have like the camera thing. Like, you guys can see my cam and the video at the same time.
lose it completely and developed severe paranoia. She became worried that Leo would one day show up and forcibly take her daughters away. Then, on October 2nd, after ending this recording at 8:39 p.m., Elaine did the unthinkable by taking the lives of her own daughters, then recording a haunting confession that investigators discovered on the same camera.
Recording this because Leo and I are being happy. Everything is gone. You wouldn't give peace. You wouldn't tell the truth. I begged. You even had Stacy not believing me till he had to sign papers right.
I'm turning on my
I went to victim witness to get the truth. Trying, begging everyone the truth. How you beat me. 3 years behind closed doors, beat me when I was pregnant with Serena and Sophia. You didn't care about our babies, you didn't care about me, you care about yourself. You wanted to win, you won. Are you happy? How does it make you feel?
No, bro. Okay. I turned off my lights. Frick. I turned off my lights. Now, I'm going to continue watching the video. And here.
How does it make you feel? Because it doesn't make me feel great. I've lost everything my whole life.
At this point, the camera cut to a later point where Elaine attempted to take her own.
I tried to overdose.
That means the remodeling time at their Aurelia and Bracebridge stores. They are changing the displays. Now is the time to make a great deal on an Ontario-made hydro cool hot tub. In stock models, full models, or custom orders, everything has a sale price. Pool Spa Sauna Showroom, making waves in Aurelia, Bracebridge, and soon to be in Huntsville. You can also check them out on the web at poolspashowroom.com.
Elaine was arrested on the spot and was later charged with murder, with the found footage in her home serving as crucial evidence against her. She was ultimately sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 25 years.
Parole.
Get the perfect workout for you every time. Whether you're training for 30 minutes in the garage or you're going to the actual gym, iFit has you covered.
Years ago, the Bureau of Land Management published a public service announcement dubbed Stay Out and Stay Alive, educating viewers about the countless dangers of exploring abandoned mines, including the very real risk of cave-ins, volatile explosives, wild animals, and
I don't want to, like, I'm gonna speed up the video because, dude, I don't have that much storage, bro, so, yeah.
Entire sections without oxygen. However, the most chilling part of the video was the story and the accompanying found footage of an accident that had occurred years earlier. On July 4th, 1998, a group of young men found an abandoned mine in Nevada and decided to explore it for fun. Though, surprisingly, the boys seemed acutely aware of the mistake they were making right from the start.
You see Britt's pointing out, stay alive. It's a good point, but we're not too smart, so we're gonna go anyway.
This is an unsafe mine. Danger.
Yet the allure of exploring a place untouched for decades was too tempting for them to ignore. However, the deeper they went into the mine, the more dangerous it became, with the boys walking over sketchy wooden bridges to continue their journey. They even found signs of the mine caving in, but chose to ignore those signs just to venture deeper.
If you look at all this, there's lots of rocks and stuff that have fallen from the ceiling, which indicates that probably a good idea to be walking this way. And,
well, they've already fallen, so they're not gonna fall again.
Well, there's more to fall still.
An important thing to keep in mind is that these weren't professionals with prior experience of safely exploring abandoned mines. This was just a group of boys looking to do something cool and film the adventure. They could have easily plunged to their deaths down a 1,000-foot mine shaft or gotten lost in the miles-long maze of tunnels, which started looking more and more likely as time went on.
Yeah, we gotta remember where we're... Okay, we got out here.
Who painted these X's and stuff? Grant. What do they mean? Dead ends and stuff. Okay, they're all got an X on them. We can go this way. That one's got an X. But it's also got that. What does the diamond mean?
Where's that go?
Goes down.
Along there.
And go,
Ooh, that's not a little.
don't go there.
Well, it'd be kind of hard if you slipped and fell. You could catch yourself before you actually fell down there. Not if panic set in and you spin like a little girl.
Toxic gases and radioactive elements could have also caused serious health issues down the line, if not immediately. Fortunately, they somehow managed to avoid all of these dangers and make their way fairly deep into the mine. But then they came across something that could have ended all of their lives in one fell swoop.
Got them pipes. Oh, wow. We have to climb that?
Yeah, don't everybody get up. I got it. You don't need to lunch on the floor.
Dude,
This is going to America's Funniest when somebody falls. That's a good idea. Alrighty. Oh, that's on the table. Don't touch that.
The ropes.
While crossing a sketchy section of the mine, one of the boys noticed a rope dangling down from one of the wooden beams and immediately became curious about whatever was down there.
Bro,
Down to the main shaft.
dude. They're probably forced to do this. Nobody would ever do this. Not even Actual Speed would do this.
Wow, so we're climbing down this rope.
Yeah. How far down?
How are we getting out?
Well, maybe Actual Speed would do this after he hits 100 followers, 100 subscribers.
Of it.
Climbing up it.
I see.
Not Perry.
They had little
No,
rope
probably
climbing
gonna
experience
skydive
between
into a
them.
lo-
However, they didn't let that stop them from accomplishing their desires. The guy named Adam decided to be the first one to descend,
Oh, yeah, he's dead.
resulting in this.
How far down does it go?
All the way down to that ladder. See where it's going down?
We're
Like a good 30 feet.
We're like gonna hook this
I'll go
camera.
first. I am. About 300 feet. You don't like to break up. You don't like to... Put it like he's doing it in your mouth.
At least they had a flashlight.
Yeah. It's all like this. Is it off now? No, it's off. How am I gonna get the thing down there?
Pennywise over there, buddy.
Yeah, but how am I gonna get back up? I don't have.
Hey, good. Give you my belt. Stretch on.
Whoa. Adam! Oh! Adam! Oh. Adam! Yes. Adam! Oh, God. Oh, God. Somebody help. Adam!
The rope Adam chose to trust was completely worn and gave way shortly after putting his weight on it. This caused him to plunge 65 feet down a dark mine shaft and lose consciousness. Luckily, none of the damage he took on his way down was immediately lethal. He was still breathing. His friends were able to find an exit and contact the authorities, who eventually rescued Adam after an hours-long rescue mission. Ultimately, them escaping the mine without any casualties was nothing short of a miracle. The mine shaft could have easily been over 100 feet deep, or Adam could have just as easily hit his head on the surrounding wall. Both of these scenarios would have resulted in his death. What's even worse is that the whole group could have gotten stranded in the shaft if the rope broke when the last person was going down. With no way to contact the outside world, the group would have likely died of starvation. Fortunately, they were able to walk away from this terrifying experience with just a few broken bones along with cuts and scratches.
Why pay more when you don't have to?
Okay,
Join
we're gonna
free,
watch this
save
video.
instantly. Join once, save every time. Up to 15% off on Motel 6. We've kept the light.
You know what? How about we watch it? How about, you know what, guys? To be honest, how about I end the video here? I don't expect people to watch this. And yeah, I don't. Really, I don't. So, yeah. So let's end the video over here. I'll see you guys in the next one. I might post some shorts, but see you later.